Video titled I Tried 12 Style Bullet Hell Shmup made by my wife. It features a typical Doujin bullet hell in crispy 240p quality. Although it didn't get any attention, it planted the seeds for a future series to grow. 3 people, the aforementioned.
Alright, here's the first piece of misinformation. First piece of misinformation brought to you by Suwawako, the one who doesn't really review, who doesn't, research a lot of stuff. Let's hear it.
Big Boss, Daijin, and Jinx likely.
Alright, the first piece is misinformation is that this game, Emergency Every Day, was made by Big Boss, Daijin, and Jinx, which is not true. Because I don't know if you can see it. Wait, you can see it. It's all made by Daijin. Like, maybe with exception of with the code, because, well, she also, yes. Daijin is a girl, actually. But I can't really blame Suwawako for this because, well, we only recently learned about the fact that Daijin is a girl. Well, is a woman, actually. But here it is. Next up is music. The sound model I use is pretty similar to the one used by Team Shanghai Alice for the Touhou project. Well, yeah, that pretty much says that Daijin is the one responsible for the music and for the drawings. Big Boss, the one who uploaded the video, well, is a member of Lapsus, the doujin circle led by Daijin. He's just merely a playtester. And, well, Jinx wasn't even involved in the slightest. He wasn't even in Lapsus. He is nowhere near as involved with this project.
Series' most iconic character.
Oh!
An idiot whose main hobby and the simple ability of jumping across dimensions. A straightforward young prodigy who uses technology to manipulate ink. And Suzumi Kuzu. They can give information to playable characters in a series since that is their job. Development for.
Alright, this is it. This Suzumi Kuzu, an iconic character introduced in not Emergency Every Day, Evanescent Existence. I mean, I get where the confusion came from, because, well, I do blame Jinx for this, because, well, when he released those updates, he pretty much made Suzumi unlockable pretty easily. But still, if he took the time to look up their page, because, well, he pretty much only scrolled the wiki, and don't get me wrong, wiki is a good, information, source, but still. They debuted in Brilliant Pagoda or Haze Castle first. And here, like, what is this? He could have just, read it a bit further. But no, he has to mention that fucking Suzumi is from Evanescent Existence. And he could have mentioned literally anybody. Literally fucking anybody. Like, for example, Kuroji, who is, in my heart, is a third protagonist. Because, well, they appear in almost all of the games and pretty much have their own interesting storyline. He could have mentioned Klaus, which is like the Jesus Christ of Len'en project. Like, Klaus is way more iconic. And he could have mentioned Tsurubami because he doesn't mention Tsurubami. Like, he doesn't mention Tsurubami. The most important character in Len'en. And he flashed them. He flashed them a lot when he showcased the fan art of this game. Yet, he must have been controlled by Suzumi to spout this misinformation. Because I seriously don't know. He could have, read the story. It's not like that long. Even as in existence, all is pretty much basic. It's very basic. Oh.
In November 2013, so it was likely that Jinx worked on these two games at the same time.
No, it's not more likely. He did. He was working on these games simultaneously and then released at the same day.
Follows the story of Yabasama and Suwawako noticing the strange cloudy weather, so they had to go and investigate.
They didn't notice the clouds. In fact, they couldn't give much of a shit. They were forced to investigate by Jinbei. And for those who are not aware, because again, I'm doing the stream not for the veterans such as myself, but for new Len'en fans or Touhou fans, this is Jinbei. And Jinbei is Shikigami of Senri Shrine, where those two pretty much now belong to. And well, our protagonists are pretty much, they couldn't give too much of a shit about what the fuck is going on Mugenri. The one who actually noticed this, with exception of Jinbei, is Kuroji. And he didn't fucking mention them.
Imperial. It follows the story of spirits roaming about and the winters lasting longer than it should be. So, Yabasama and Suwawako had to investigate again. All the Len'en and PC98 remakes.
Also, I can't really fault him for this, but he forgot to mention that other characters, appeared to solve the incident, and he showcases the footage of those other characters even more than, the Yabasame or Tsubakura. Like that Kuroji pretty much became playable in AMC, or that Yaorochi and Sukune also have playable treatment, and Sangimaru pretty much became Kuroji's slave. But whatever.
But was received well by the people who played them. A cult community coming the following September. The story is pretty dense, but to put it in short, the yokai and capital city army are in the midst of a mock war. Why Every once in a while, he releases an update video on his channel Yabasame and Suwawako Yukuri looking things talk.
And he didn't name them correctly, because on the left side, it is Zelo-chan, and on the right side is Rei-kun, and on the far left we have Lin-tan.
I mean, when there's a section for famous artists on the...
He couldn't name them because anything related to... Yeah, he pretty much, Tsurubami, who's Tsurubami? Tsurubami, like, boom, gone. Gone. Let's watch the 50 Unreal Facts, Len'en Facts, because, that is the second video.
Did you know? Yabasama Holen is the most huggable Len'en character. It's absolutely true according to the latest Len'en popularity poll, where Tsubakura and Uraku came in first place.
No, because this isn't really a fact, I would argue. Because, this is an opinion of several people. It's not like stated by Jinx that, yeah, Yabusami is the most huggable person, And I would argue that is not true. I would say that Sho is the most huggable because, they're squishy. Even though they might poison you, which is, because they're stuck.
They have a large hat that is resemblant of the Eye of Senri, a mysterious item that Senri's shrine priests use. It's a...
Well, it was inherited. It's not like oh, they happen to have two eyes. No. I saw that too when I was, just in the project. Like, it was like 1 month, but still, it's not that. It's not that.
Secret on what it can actually do, but we know for certain that the eye on Suwakura's hat is living. However, Suwakura did not actually win the popularity poll if you count Suzumi, or rather their three personalities. Suzumi Kuzu is confusing since they can be considered one or three characters, so you can make the argument that they may have indirectly caused election fraud.
No, I would argue that it's not the election fraud because, well, their three personalities are still like separate people, you know? Those three are three separate beings. And here's the actual fact for you guys. Because election fraud on this popularity poll actually happened. Because when the first results of the popularity poll were revealed, it pretty much said that Klaus was the most popular Len'en. And as a result of this, Jinx pretty much went ahead and made them a unit in Bot C, Santa Claus, if you guys remember. But it was later revealed that it was not true. It was just a miscalculation, which is hilarious. This shit is hilarious.
Contrary to the most popular, Tsubakura's own mother placed dead last in the poll. Not just known about her besides the fact that she died before the events of Evanescent existence. On to the games themselves. Evanescent...
He didn't mention the... well, it's not really a fact, but more so a speculation that something has to do with them creating a fucking bomb. The nuclear bomb. And that what makes, Tsubakura fucking Oppenheimer.
The fact is that Jinx, who is considered the developer and father of Len'en, did not actually make Emergency every day, but rather by one of his friends and inspirations, Daijin. Nothing else is known about.
Well, I thought he didn't collect it, but actually he collected it, which is surprising. Maybe my fucking memory is failing me. He did actually collect this. Oh my god.
Shades of Len'en is a music video released in 2012 about the Wings of Marguerite called Critical Point bidding its last farewell. It gives us an early listen to Jinx's music style where it sounds more reminiscent of Touhou. Jinx was rather surprised that the fandom knows that this music video exists, as it was supposed to be a secret for a later time. Thanks to this, he might do an arrangement in the future, so look out. During this time...
And he didn't mention the fact that they actually appear in the first music album of Jinx related to Len'en. And that they're pretty much the protagonists, that's the first, and the second is that they're the first characters that are gendered and not dead.
Jinx made remakes of all the PC98 games with his own style in the game engine used in Emergency every day. They were released on the Nico Nico Doga as April Fool's jokes and just never released them. Evanescent exists.
Well, I will debunk this fact. Well, not really debunk this because, well, he really didn't upload them, but he alludes something that I want to debunk. So we'll get to that later.
Is the on a poll on Jinx's Twitter, thanks to Tsubakura's name getting last place, Jinx revealed the deeper meaning behind the kanji of their name anyway. Each kanji has a hidden meaning of either black or white. The first kanji has the radicals for north, which according to Wuxing philosophy, the north is associated with water, and the color associated with water is black. The Nanori reading for the third kanji is kuro, which means black. The other two kanji have radicals for white in them.
Also, another fact that is related to this poll is that one of the options, I don't remember the fourth option, but one of the options was to reveal real Klaus's name. and it didn't get enough votes. So we could have lived in a timeline where we didn't see Jinbei in their full beauty, but we knew Klaus's real name. And now it's a fucking secret held till the end of time.
Yabusama's birthday could be a reference to dimensions in string theory. They were born on November 26. According to the different types of string theory, M theory calls for 11 dimensions, while bosonic string theory requires 26 dimensions for it to happen. This is speculated because Yabusama has a spell card that is a reference to M theory.
And well, their theme also references the M series, and overall, the 2D clothes is also pretty much, what clothes are made of? Of series of strings,
Yabusama has once cosplayed as Peace 98 Marisa in the 30th anniversary drawing. On the game.
And he forgot to mention that Suwawako cosplays as modern Reimu. Yeah, as modern Reimu. And no, yeah, it's modern Reimu because you can see the yellow tie. And it's not, the PC98 Reimu. Because, well, her attire is very much drastic.
On the game's manual for Brilliant Pagoda or Hades Castle, Yabusama is labeled with a 9-ball next to him on the same page as the game's layout. This is a reference to Cerno suffering the same treatment in the Phantasmagoria Flower View manual.
Another fun fact when it comes to manuals is that, well, let me pull it up. Let me cook. Let me show you a very cute fact. 15. Umbrella. And you can see that the umbrella is here.
On Evanescent Existence's title screen, we can see a silhouette of a crane, which is a reference to Tsudabami's bird name.
Oh god, I think he still thinks that Tsudabami is not important.
Hoaka Shitoro is the middle sibling of the Shitoro family. They have a spell card that features the plant Scorpioids, or more commonly known as the Forget-Me-Not flower.
Why he forgot to mention the big facts about Hoaka? Is that they lost a fucking arm in the prologue of BPHC, or that they have 2 souls? Like, I know they're spoiler heavy, but still. Why mention this? Why mention this? Of all things.
Klausa is the final boss of Evanescent Existence. They have a very long name. Wilhelm von Clausewitz Halcyon Husuimaru. Okay, that's not all. Klausa has a defeated portrait, which is rare among the Len'en cast. It's also different if you are playing as Yabusama or Tsubakura.
And, well, he didn't actually show them. Okay, so, to explain the difference between, the defeated portraits, and he forgot to mention that this is a false name. The difference is that in Tsubakura's defeated portrait is that they're not really exactly hurt, but, they have, like, just that bandage emoticon, or, I don't know how you call these things in anime, but basically then their clothes are not tattered, they just are defeated because, well, Tsurubami was pretty much going easy on them. And yeah, Tsubakura is actually Tsurubami, and I don't know if he forgot to mention that. And in Yabusama's, well, they didn't hold back, so Klaus is completely tattered. And, well, our, candidates are pretty much, well, tattered from this battle. So Yabusami was pretty much finishing them off.
Tsurubami Senri can speak English, as shown in their appearance in the extra stage. It is also confirmed that
And he didn't mention in which one. And well, they speak in English, like I think in Yabusame's, like, what, here. No, I'm not going to speak Spanish. Yeah. Yes, okay. Who are you? Mm-hmm.
Tommy is the strongest character in all of Len'en, but they have yet to show their true strength, which is compared to the entire world's military, including nuclear weapons. It is not confirmed if the ability to speak English is related to his power. When you complete the game,
it's not really, a correction or anything. It's just me speculating. But I think because, well, he didn't mention this, that they're also an outsider. Because yes, Tsurubami is an outsider, which pretty much went into Mugen Real a very long time ago, and now they're pretty much, the Mugen Real's dictator. And, well, it's perhaps because they're, not a foreigner, outsider, that they know English.
a regular one, and if you beat the game on Unreal difficulty, an absurdly difficult extra. This is significant because most Touhou games never had more than one extra stage, with Perfect Cherry Blossom having 2.
But that's not really a thing. Like, let me, if I got it right.
Stages. The easy extra, a regular one, and if you beat the game on Unreal difficulty.
Oh wait, he just talks about difficulties. He didn't mention extra plus alpha. And well, those are just difficulties. Phantasm isn't a difficulty, it's a continuation of extra stage.
Jun Amanomiya is an umbrella yokai commonly seen singing. However, Jun is tone deaf according to Sensei Kitsukai.
Well, we can't really say for sure if it's an actual fact, because, well, it only came from Sese, and, well, I don't think Sese is that reliable. They maybe just hate Jun singing.
Yaorouchi is based off the legendary 8-tailed Japanese dragon, known for his battle between Susanoo, where he was killed while drinking alcohol. Yaorouchi was also inspired by 12th century emperors Antoku and Go-Toba. The Guma no Saraiki Maru was born from Yaorouchi's own eye. Thanks to this, he is very knowledgeable on things. Jinx confirmed that he is the most mature and only one of common sense in the entire Len'en franchise.
Well, he forgot to mention that, the Len'en characters are genderless. And I now realize that, he didn't actually mention that another thing that makes Touhou, who is that characters are mostly genderless. Or if you have a gender, you fucking die. And, well, Sargimaru is genderless. And, well, he forgot to mention that Yaorouchi is based on his right arm. He mentioned that Sargimaru is born from the eye, but forgot to mention that Yaorouchi is born from the right arm, and that's why they're fucking obsessed with Tosuken.
Tenkai Juifeng is based off a real-life monk of the same first name. Tenkai was an advisor to the shogun Tokugawa Ieyasu, one of the first reunifiers of Japan during this time. Fujiwara no Iozane is based off real-life pirate Fujiwara no Suitomo. He is known for his revolts against the Taira clan in the Heian era in the mid-900s. Tsugumi Umitachi.
And overall, there are a lot of characters based on historical figures. In, like, Fumikado, like he mentioned, Tsurubami and Tenkai. He forgot to mention that Tsurubami is also based on a historical character, but didn't forget that Tenkai is based on that.
He's good at making vegetable curry and Japanese picked vegetables. Really pagoda or hates cat.
And there was also another fact that he forgot to mention, but I also don't really remember. I just only know that Fumikado can only cook eggs. And that's it. Like, Yazane actually could cook something, but again, I don't remember. Oh yeah, when the sprites randomly goes black and white. No, let me cook. Because yeah, that's also a thing. Because well, let me show you. Because well, that's also the thing that. Shut up. Yeah, here's the OST, and as you can see, when it comes to boss themes, well, Suzumi is painted white. And that's not only that, because like as you can see, majority of the silhouettes are like black with some accents. And yeah, here it is, like you can see Tenkai being like orange and green, and well, Klaus being well this. And that's not the only instance of characters being, well, silhouettes being white, because, well, as you can see, there is Shion when they're first born, and, well, Sese X, well, their powered up form. But yeah, Tsurubami and Tenkai flash black and white when they move, and I don't think he mentioned this fact. Let's see. Let's see.
Was released 3 years later in September 2017. The game was the first to show a redesign of the Len'en kanji logo from complex to more simplified. This change later applies to the earlier games too. The game is most different from others as it uses the cell system, basically differing paths which allows for different bosses and stories to be told. It also has 38 playable characters with shotguns and upgrades so you can make them stupidly powerful. Rei and Zello are members of Jinx's official channel, appearing in various update videos. They are separate characters as Suwawako and Yabusame. Heck, they're not even the same species as them, being monochroids. They transform into a head for a lot of their appearances, referencing the Yukuri Touhou meme. Trickness.
And also because it's just much easier to produce videos when they're in their Yukuri form. Also, another fun fact, which is not really mentioned here, is that monochrons were actually conceptualized before VTubers took off, and they were made before VTubers became mainstream. They were still a thing when they were first created, like Kizuna Eye, but then they massively took off in 2020. And well, they are VTubers in more traditional sense, in that they are virtual YouTubers.
Nostalgia has two meanings. The trick part is because of Jinx's tendency to release videos without
Привет,
actually
Лев
releasing
Яша.
the product. While nostalgia with an IE is an old spelling of nostalgia, both being related to the PC98 era games that Jinx made a long time ago. And if
Also, like, I think it's not really as old spelling, more like a French nostalgia translation. Because there's a lot of French. Yeah. It's pretty much spelled with French, and Lennon also has, the French loading screen. Like now loading GUI или как там. I don't really speak French. I'm not going to speak French.
official Len'en CD does exist, a world that is not fantasy. The most popular Len'en
And that's it. It doesn't exist. No mention of the fact that it's actually very relevant to the plot, or that the main characters are actually from Migrate. No.
cats have names referencing birds. Jinx himself has got the same treatment, where his name is the scientific version of a wireneck, a type of old world woodpecker. From a Christmas.
And he forgot to mention that those characters are actually important. I thought those were three.
And now, a quick detour to talk about Len'en Project. All of you 10,000 people will enjoy this one. The series is famous for the first technical game, Emergency Everyday, being completely lost, aside from footage from one Nico Nico Doga video uploaded by Big Boss. The game was a passion project created mainly by 3 students, Big Boss, Daijin, and...
He calls me this again! He corrected it and still fucking made the mistake again! That it was made by 3 people! By Big Boss and Jinx. Jinx wasn't even involved!
Later on, Jinx got permission to create future Len'en games as if it was his own. But he never publicly leaked Emergency Everyday for unknown reasons. But this is not the first time Jinx hated...
No, he doesn't even. Oh, doesn't have the game. He doesn't have the fucking game. Yeah, also played as the Len'en games and somehow gets, yeah, like, such a fucking Sigma female, Sigma woman.
Games in the public. Jinx has made remakes of the first 5 Touhou PC98 games between 2011 and 2015. He remade literally everything in his own engine, art style, and even remakes music made by him. All this work just for an April Fool's video. People begged him to release them online, but for the longest time, he refused. In 2017, he worked on another project called...
And don't check the sources. Yeah, like, how the fuck did that happen?
A loose remake of Phantasmagoria Dim Dream. It seemed like another April Fool's joke, but thankfully in June, he tweeted about himself wanting to release the game to the public, and shortly after, he did so. This is the closest we will ever get to experiencing the remakes, as Jinx has no plans to release the games to the public. They are in a weird state of being found and lost to media, as Jinx has the games, but just does not want to release them. I like to think of this as those people who hide old and rare prototypes from the public because they are extremely valuable monetarily wise, which is not something I agree with, to be honest, but hey, that's just my opinion.
And no, it's not because he wants to sell them for a big buck. Because if he did, he would have actually had the fucking budget to make both C. It's all because he is just afraid of Zune, which is still fucking bullshit, but still. He didn't really want to upload this just because, well, he is afraid of Zune. He doesn't have any malicious intentions. And, well, there is a possibility that those games are now completely lost. Because, well, it has been fucking years, and he could have just, accidentally deleted them and shit. Yeah, it's most likely because of legal reasons. Still not wanting... actually, yeah, that actually might be the reason why Jinx doesn't want to upload, the PC98 games, because, well, Zune just fucking hates those games, judging by fucking everything. Like, Alice just doesn't fucking appear anymore. Just her yes doll, And that was Cap. Because, well, Zune is pretty much made a fucking mistake. Like, unless he elaborates on this, like in Touhou 20 or something, that was just a red herring, literally. Because, well, he just painted the eyes wrong and just wanted to retcon. Because, do you remember that Reimu had brown eyes? Or, eyes similar in color with her hair color? But now they're also red. And no one fucking talks about it. They're just, oh, Marisa has seen that! And, he was never really consistent in terms of eye color, because remember that, Yukari has either purple or orange eyes, and Alice either yellow eyes or blue eyes. Or, the most funniest thing that was pointed out by my friend is that she had fucking blue eyes at one point. Though it was more on the fault of the artist, like, not getting the eye color right, because, that manga wasn't drawn by him, but still, that's just fucking ridiculous. Yeah, it's just Zun never fucking being consistent. Goes all the way back to Sakuya. Oh yeah, that too. But I actually assume that her eyes turn red when, she's serious. And, her eyes are just gray or blue, like, just on the regular days.
The main need of the story is how the ability cards are rising in value fast. It makes a lot.
No! It's not rising in value fast. It's that they were supposed to disappear, but no, they haven't fucking disappeared. They're still, like, fucking alive through black market and shit.
More sense when you take a look at the previous game, Unconnected Marketeers, where Chimata Tenkyu was the ringleader behind these marketplaces.
Well, she's technically not the main ringleader, because, there were a lot of ringleaders. Well, the main ones are Kimata, obviously, and, Megumu, and, Tsukasa. But Tsukasa is just a nutcase.
In the end, they contain dangerous enemies and bosses that will make you cry. Thankfully, you have two mechanics to help you along the way. You'll earn dozens of ability cards to assist you as you progress, each with their own abilities and use cases. From those that make you more powerful to those that make you a hospice patient. You'll build a deck of cards, and in order to collect them all, you'll need bullet money, which you'll get from the magic circle.
And not really that. Well, you do unlock more cards, but to unlock them, for completion, you have to beat the stage and, the boss associated with that card to, or just fish for the market to get all of the cards, like, through completion.
Alright, the typical. Marisa continues her journey of fighting Earth's strongest demons, nearly getting her ass burnt in the process, until she came across Chimata Tenkyu.
She's not the villain! And, to explain what the fuck did he get wrong, because, Chimata is not a bad guy in this, or at least not the fake bad guy in this. It's just, from what I understood how the story goes, Marisa just went around the markets, and then she stumbled across, her final market, where she meets Chimata Tenkyu. And, she just tells Marisa that, the black markets are happening, and it was caused by Takane Yamashiro. And, to prove your worth, just fight me, and then I'll trust you with solving the incident, which is fucking bad idea. And no wonder she's not only fucking dying, but also got cucked by Megumu. If she's that gullible.
Chimata was surprised at how powerful Marisa became. So as compensation, she gave her the legendary, one-of-a-kind, $1 million card. The blank card. It's so valuable, it has nothing on it. You need to travel to one of the previous markets with the card to encounter who was truly behind the incident.
And, not really, because, she gives us the blank card just to signify to Nitori that, hey, I trust that girl, now go meet Nitori, 8-foot, блядь, Nitori, and grab her card. Because I heard she cooked some stuff to crash this fucking market.
No, Saika Miki, Nitori Kawashiro.
And again, she's not a fake out villain. She's a collaborator that you have to defeat. And he didn't explain the juice of the blank card because, it pretty much disallows you from partaking in the black markets, obviously. And that's why force market is a bit challenging, but you can just equip the Junko card that straight up teleports you to Nitori.
Oh, I'm not the evil one. She is. Here's the key to her castle.
And no, Nitori didn't tell her that, oh, the real culprit is Tamana, fuck, I forgot her name. Takane Yamashiro, you just take this. No, she just gave her the card like, oh, you collaborated, sweet, now we can fucking show this Yamavarus who's the real Kappas and just gives us the card that crushes the fucking black market.
Okay, I'll stop and close the market. Sheesh. And yeah.
But Marisa just said, nah, just let the black markets happen, you know. Yeah, that's not how the scenario goes at all. And that's why Suwawako is still not really that reliable. He still doesn't do his fucking research. And he could have just watched Megapix's story and not video on this fucking story because he explains the story a lot more better. You know?
But the big issue is when you collect a full deck, you gain the supernatural ability to turn off your brain. 100th black market is for hospice patients. So good on Sun for...
And he doesn't really fully explain what happens when you collect all those 3 cards. Because when you collect all 3, the cooldown for the magic circle just disappears. And well, that's how you get to spam this magic circle several times.
Card has the ability to stop bullets when they're inside the magic circle. Collecting those 4 cards literally makes you unstoppable. I can talk about other aspects of the game, like how the fairy patterns are randomly generated, or that there are various bosses per stage, or how there is apparently endless to test your skills. But I won't.
What? You won't talk about this? You won't fucking talk about this?
Bro, this is like, those are the key aspects of this game. Why are you not talking about them? Why are you not talking about them? What? Yeah, let me discuss the gameplay. First, it's not discuss gameplay.
Remember Maurice's red eyes?
And he's going to talk about this instead. Fucking brilliant. Fucking brilliant. He thinks that is the biggest issue with HBM. But the fucking issue with HBM is its fucking broken ass gameplay.
In the 2023 popularity poll, the game received 31st out of 58 works choices, above Mystic Square of all things. A really great and polished game that...
No, why he mentions that it's above Mystic Square, but he should have pointed out that it's very low on the placement. It's very low on the placement. Like, yeah, we have the classics, then we have the more modern classics like more Aleph, Subterranean Animism. LOL-K is also surprisingly here, maybe because Junko, Udol-G, which is well recent, so maybe it's recency bias. Like, there are a lot of games above them.
The game was...
Like, compared to, you know, the other games, it performed quite poorly, actually. So, he shouldn't complain about, you know, PC98 games being below, because, well, who gives a shit about PC98 games anyway in modern days? Because yeah, actually, yeah, that's actually the reason. Maybe that's why the story was fucking shit.
100th Black Market had everything in place to stand out. The gameplay was radically different. The cards are... unique. And at the very least, the story of Maurice's red eyes, while sad, gave the game some character and lore. The game doesn't exist in anyone's minds anymore, and and in my eyes, it's all because of the biggest issue plaguing it. The grind.
No, it's shitty gameplay. The problem is not the grind. The problem is a fucking lame-ass gameplay. It's not the grind. Because, well, if that was the case, then wow! Photo games also suffer from this issue because, well, they're also very grindy games.
In this game, the randomness ruins it because there are some fairy patterns that make replaying them fun and happy, while others are just straight up miserable. But when you learn that most cards pale in comparison to Aorumi, it makes the grind pretty unrewarding.
Well, that's not really the issue with this game, it's just the issue with some roguelikes. Because well, in roguelikes, or well, roguelites, like, if you're going to be pedantic about it, is that, yeah, you grind a lot to unlock more items. And, you know, that I play, like, The Binding of Isaac. This is pretty much a fucking kid's game compared to what I'm have to do in Isaac. Yeah, the grind is a problem because the gameplay isn't that interesting. Yeah, like the grind can be fun when the gameplay is actually fun.
At the very least, you can sigh in relief knowing that your grind was pretty short. It may sound sadistic when I say this, but it could actually be rewarding if Alan's cards were toned back and Irumi's just didn't exist.
No, it would have been fun if the fucking patterns were good, you know? Not fucking being lame as shit, ripped from Len'en and somehow being worse than Len'en.
As of late, I've been playing Mystic Square, and the juxtaposition of the game's progression is pretty fascinating to me.
Those are different games! You should have played BPOHC instead to compare.
100 Black Market was absolutely Mystic Square though. Yeah, trying to beat it was hard, but learning how to deal with those quick attacks and inching farther and farther each time toward finally beating Shinki makes me feel rewarded. Now,
Well, I guess the only comparison is that, well, the patterns. And really just patterns. Because in every other Touhou game, the patterns are actually decent or good. But HBM just fucking drops the ball. Because the patterns here are just shit. Yeah, it has no fucking relation. He should have compared to BPOHC. And also, what the fuck? Like, I know you are uninterested in Len'en at this point, but Jesus Christ, you could have just played BPOHC and compared those experiences. Those are like also roguelite games. Yeah, like BPOHC is also, you know, not really exactly one-to-one experience, but still, like, comparing those two games, like, BPOHC becomes like a fucking king godsend, especially with the story. And, you know, gameplay being, like, on normal to easy difficulty is quite fun, but sometimes you can be screwed over by bullshit. Like, yeah, it has a lot of bullshit, BPOHC, but, you know, for me it actually makes the game quite charming. Like, it's bullshit, but it's artistic bullshit. The one that only comes from an artist that forgot about the game design. But here, in HBM, that just feels lazy. The BS here just feels very lazy, like bankrupt on ideas.
it's not a mistake. It was the first attempt.